So, Manscaped, is it good? Hey everyone, I'm Dave with Beast Made Reviews, of course a channel dedicated to reviewing quality at different price points. Today I have a review of a few of the tools from Manscaped, and I'm going to tell you if I think it's any good. Now I love doing this Is It Good series. If you want to go watch more like this, you can go up here in a playlist and watch more videos where I talk about my opinions of whether popular products are good or if they're not. Some of them are pretty spicy, but I always like to give my honest opinions here, and that's why I like to do this series a lot. Now, if you have watched any kind of YouTube video, I'm sure that you've gotten an ad for Manscaped, especially if you are a man. You've probably gotten an ad for Manscaped on YouTube. The company has a pretty vibrant ad campaign, and it seems like they team up with a lot of YouTubers as well to get their opinions. Now, just for reference, they did not send me any of their products. They did not pay me for anything. They don't even know that I'm doing this. And of course, as always, I'm giving you my 100% honest review. Now, even if they did send it, I would be honest as well, but I just want to disclose to you that there was nothing exchanged at all. Now, Manscaped hit the scene a few years ago for male grooming, and their main product still to this day is this, the Lawnmower. The name always cracks me up, and as you can see, it looks like a beard trimmer, a hair trimmer, and they call it a groin groomer. Now, of course, I'm not going to be showing you how they intend it to be used, but I'll show you at least how it's supposed to be used on skin, the PG parts of your skin. After they released the Lawnmower, they have a whole other range of other tools, and I have some of those here as well. I don't have all of their products, but I do have most of their product range, their tools, as they call it, in their line. Now, their Lawnmower has had a couple of iterations. This is their latest iteration, the 3.0. I don't exactly know how it's different from the other ones, but I'll show you my thoughts for that. They also have what they call a weed whacker, which this is for nose and ears and difficult to reach places like that. They have a nail clipper set called the Shears 2.0. And they also have a safety razor called the Plow 2.0. Now, they have several different packages that you can get that include a lot of their products in the line. And for the most part, I think they're all pretty good. I also have some of their underwear, which I'll briefly go over as well, some of their boxers. And they have what they call the Shed, I believe, which is kind of their Dopp kit or toiletry bag. And that is okay as well. Now, everyone is wanting me to get to the point. Is the Lawnmower any good? And I will say that I think that it is good. I don't necessarily think it's as good as everyone is purporting it to be. Whenever I see kind of this ad blitz by YouTubers who are either paid or sent products for review, and they're kind of told what to say by the company that's sending their products, I'm a little skeptical. Some of the ads that I've seen from Manscaped seem like they're kind of organic videos by YouTubers where they have the YouTuber give their honest opinions and they're all kind of saying the same thing. The one that sticks out most at me is the one where they're talking about the light. And I bring that up because the light is the most useless part of this whole thing. But each YouTuber who is reviewing this in a very glowing way always says that the light is something special for this. That to me is always a telling kind of sign of a product where someone is not really giving their honest opinions. If they're talking very positively about a feature that isn't really a feature at all, it's just a non-feature. The light is the perfect example of a non-feature in a design. It's completely useless. You're not going to actually use the light for anything. You're not going to be showering in the dark. You're not going to be shaving in the dark. You're not going to be grooming in the dark. You're going to be grooming in full light. In fact, if you don't have enough light, this little light on there is not going to help. Now, again, even though I say it's a non-feature, it doesn't hurt the product at all. It doesn't bother me that the light is there. It's just something that they add to kind of their PR copy. It's supposed to be just kind of a point of value that they add to the product, but it's not really helping at all. Where it counts, I think that Manscaped does a really good job. Everything about this is pretty well designed. It's pretty well thought out, and it does exactly what it's supposed to do, and it does a very good job of it. The motor is pretty quiet. I don't know if you can hear it. It's not super loud. I'm speaking at normal volume here, and you can probably hear it, but it's not super loud. I've used other trimmers that were a lot louder, maybe 2 or 3 times louder than this. And so having something that is on the quieter side, I think is a welcome benefit here. I think that's a welcome kind of point of value there. The blades on this are ceramic blades, and I like that a lot. Now, a lot of kind kind of normal trimmers will use a stainless steel blade, and that's fine too. But what I like about the ceramic blades is the ceramic blades last a lot longer. They're going to stay sharper for a lot longer than the steel blades will. Ceramic is tougher than steel, and it stays sharp for a lot longer, but it's a lot harder to sharpen. So having something on here where I'm not going to sharpen it anyway is great. Another benefit of this is you can actually take the blades off and have them replaced. So if these go dull over time, then you can just replace it for a small fee, and I think that's a great benefit. It's easy to take off and put on. That's a great benefit right there. I've used other trimmers and they do go dull over time, but it's a long time. It takes a couple of years for even stainless steel blades to go dull after normal use. With something like this, the ceramic blade, it's going to go dull, but it's going to take a lot longer for it to go dull. And to have something that is that easy to swap out is a great plus. Now they also add a guard right here, and the guard actually adds 2 different lengths that you can have for different hair lengths. I think that's really great that they add that, and it does actually work really well. The blades are really sharp and they cut through hair like butter, and that's exactly what I want to see out of a pair of clippers like this. And even though these blades are sharp, they also tout that there is a skin-safe technology built in, so you don't cut yourself. And I'll show some, kind of footage of me going against my skin, either on my hand or my face, and that's great. It didn't cut me at all, so that definitely is great, especially because some skin is thinner than others, if you know what I'm saying. This is also waterproof, and I don't know how waterproof it is, but I'm just guessing that it's probably just enough to be kind of immersed in a shower briefly, and that's perfectly fine with me. This is not going to be something that I'm going to do in a bath or something like that, but if it gets wet in the shower, I think that's pretty good. It's also probably not something that I'm going to use a lot. Like, I'm not going to have it to where I'm going to use it in the shower. I'm probably going to use it outside the shower or something, but to have that feature in here, I think is a great benefit. You can do it in the shower and everything kind of washes off. That's pretty good. I like that. If that weren't enough, this is also rechargeable, and it comes with a rechargeable stand, so you can just recharge it on there. They say you get about 90 minutes of use at a full charge, and I think that's more than enough time that you're going to need to cut everything that you need to cut, all the hair that you need to cut. I think you can do within probably 30 minutes of time at most for most people. So I think that's a great amount of time. And when you're done using it, you just put it on there and not worry about it. The fact that this is cordless is another great benefit. I've had other hair clippers that you have to, plug in, and while that's good too, having a cordless design is just another thing to not have to worry about, not have to plug it in, not have to worry about lengths of cords and cables and that kind of thing. So yeah, I really like that a lot. Other than the fact that there's a light on here that is useless, that people say is a benefit, I think mostly this is a great design, and it works just like it's intended to, and I think it is really well thought out. The only major thing that I'm kind of on the fence about is the price. The price on this is $69.99, and I just think that's a little too high for what it is. I think that it's probably about twice as much as you can get for a comparable product on Amazon. You can find similar products on Amazon that might not have every single bell and whistle here, but that's a premium price for this type of tool. And I don't necessarily think that it's worth that. I think that it is overpriced for what you're getting here. At the same time, I still think it's a great instrument, and I do highly recommend it. But I would say that I think that there are other products out there that would probably be better at cheaper cost. So even though I like it, I just think it's a little pricey. Now I'll briefly go over some of their other products real quick. The Shears is a pretty decent set of nail clippers. It has a really unique nail clipper design, which folds up into a really cool small package there. I think that's pretty good. I just don't think necessarily that it's worth the money. I think there's other nail clippers out there that do the job just as well. This kit isn't really doing anything necessarily new. So while I think this is pretty good and an interesting design, I don't think it's necessary. I think there's other kits out there that do it better for a lot cheaper. The Plow is also really good. I think it's a great safety razor. I really like safety razors in general, and I think they do a great job of making one that is hefty. It feels like it's steel. It has the right knurling where it needs to be knurled, and it's a pretty good design for a safety razor. Again, there's other safety razors out there that I think just feel a little bit better. They might be a little bit thicker. The knurling is definitely better on some of its competitors, and overall I think that even though this does the trick for a safety razor. The design on it is passable, and there's others on there that just do it a little bit better than this. The Weed Whacker is another tool that they make that is a nose hair trimmer or an ear hair trimmer. And some people have asked how old I am, and I usually don't tell people how old I am, but I am trim your nose hairs years old. It's amazing how that happens. I don't know. But so this is something that I find necessary, at least for me. And this works really well. What I like about this is they use their kind of skin safe technology on this as well. So it doesn't really nick you as you go in your nose, which is good because that's a really sensitive area. Very, very sensitive. The blades are really sharp, so it doesn't seem like it really pulls. Occasionally I found that it tickles a little bit or it kind of tugs maybe a tiny bit, but not really enough to really cause any discomfort or anything. I don't have hairy ears, so I couldn't test it on that. I would imagine that it does the same for that as well. Another benefit to this is it's very, very quiet. Again, just like the other one. You can charge this up on the bottom, just like you can on the other one. It comes with a little charger. And again, like the lawnmower, you can actually replace this blade whenever it gets dull, and you can buy a new one for just a small cost. That is a really great thing to have. Now, these type of trimmers are not new. They didn't design this type of thing, but I think this is pretty good. Again, I think this is functional. There's nothing I can really complain about other than the price. This one is $29.99, and I wouldn't say that that's expensive. I think that this is probably maybe a little higher than things you can get like this, but not much higher. So I think that it's overall pretty good, maybe a little overpriced for what it is, but not by much, not like the lawnmower is anyway. One of the great things about Manscaped is if you want to buy some of these or maybe all of these products, you can get a lot of these in kind of a bundled price and save on some money. And I think that it's really worth it, especially if you want a lot of these things. The Weed Whacker and the lawnmower, to me, are their better instruments that they offer. Those are really great. And if you can get those kind of bundled together with something else and save some money, I think that kind of offsets my initial complaint about how expensive it is. You can get a bundle and it comes with maybe some underwear. This underwear is pretty good. It's a stretchy cotton polyester elastane type of underwear. I don't really like this billboarding on the side of this that looks like you're gonna actually box in it. I really hate the billboarding actually, but the underwear is pretty good. It fits pretty good. I've worn it a lot. This Dopp kit is also something that you can get for free whenever you get the rest of their kit. The Dopp kit is pretty good as well. I wouldn't say that it blows me away, but it does the job. It is pretty roomy on the inside, which is a great plus, and it has some zippers, and it just is a pretty decent Dopp kit. While I wouldn't say it's high quality, it's free, and it's a Dopp kit, so can't complain there. Manscaped is doing some good things. They've also partnered with the Testicular Cancer Society, and they donate the proceeds of their profits to that end. So they always say that they save balls, which I think is pretty cool. Their designs are pretty good, and there's nothing really I can complain about other than I think their prices are higher than the average price for what you can get. If you get everything bundled together, I think you're getting something a little bit more on average for the price that you get, but I still think it's still maybe a little bit on the higher side. I don't necessarily like their ad campaign. Sometimes I think that it's a little bit sneaky and shady if they're going through a YouTuber and is kind of just saying all the same bullet points over and over. I'd rather have someone give their honest opinions. But all in all, I can't fault anything that they're doing here. Everything they're making is quality. It does the job, and it does it well. They're well thought out, well designed instruments. And I think especially the lawnmower and the Weed Whacker are certainly worth getting. So is it good? Yeah. I think it's good. So that is all I have. Let me know what you think of Manscaped. Do you like anything? Have you tried Manscaped? Let me know down in the comments down below. And of course, if you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe down below. I'll love you for it. And click that little bell so you get a notification every time I make an upload. I'll have links to everything mentioned in this video, so definitely check it out. Thank you again for watching. I'm Dave with Beast Made Reviews. Bye.